This is the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
You're inside Jamaica Magazine.
Encouraging the information flow, sharing the news and views you need to know.
We are building an informed Jamaica every day.
Listening to what you say.
Hi there, it's Friday, February 5. I am Alison Watson. Welcome to this edition of Jamaica Magazine. Coming up, first drawdown from the IMF standby loan agreement available. Officers central to yesterday's massive weapons find are promoted, and €1.2 million grants signed to help former banana farmers diversify. We have the news in detail right after this break.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let's go!
Radio.
We'll have Calcum Close and House Matters in our features package.
And now the news, I'm Kevin Clark. Research and publications. Television.
It's Wednesday, October 28th.
We've got a hot Jamaica Magazine. Welcome to another edition of
Editorial and photography. Public relations.
It is set to be the driving force of the agency.
All this and more in one place. 4 divisions, 15 departments.
the largest organization of its kind in Jamaica and I dare say in the English-speaking Caribbean.
One strategic objective.
Truth. Well told.
It's the Jamaica Information Service.
The voice of Jamaica.
And now the news. About $640 million is now available to Jamaica following yesterday's approval of the standby arrangement with the International Monetary Fund, the IMF. The total loan agreement is for US $1.27 billion. Finance and Public Service Minister Audley Shaw says the government welcomes the decision by the IMF's executive board. He adds that it assures Jamaica of adequate foreign reserves over the agreement period. The 27-month standby loan facility will run through to the end of 2011-2012 financial year. In anticipation of the board's agreement, Minister Shaw told reporters earlier this week that it marks a significant point of departure for the operations of government.
The aim is to deliver services more efficiently to the people, cut out waste and cut out corruption wherever it exists.
The IMF agreement is meant to support the government's economic program, which has 3 primary components: a fiscal consolidation strategy to streamline expenditure, a comprehensive debt management strategy, and legislative reform to further strengthen the financial system. IMF Deputy Managing Director and Acting Chair Takutoshi Kato says this ambitious program demonstrates that the authorities are committed to meeting the challenges facing Jamaica. Approval of the standby arrangement with the IMF is expected to generate about $1.1 billion in additional funding from other international financial entities. Part of the first disbursement will be used to set up a financial stability support fund. And the European Union delegation to Jamaica is congratulating the government for securing the standby agreement with the IMF. In a statement, the delegation expressed confidence that the government will do everything in its power to make the agreement serve as the beginning of a new and healthier era for the Jamaican people. The EU says it looks forward to working closely with the IMF and other international financial institutions in partnership with the government on mutually reinforcing programs. 3 of the police officers who assisted in a raid yielding a massive weapons find yesterday have been promoted. Members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, the JCF, carried out an operation at a premises on Munster Road off Mountain View Avenue yesterday, where firearms and ammunition were discovered. At a press briefing this morning, Acting Commissioner of Police, Superintendent Owen Ellington, expressed gratitude to the officers who made the discovery.
The seizure they made yesterday actually removed from criminal hands some 19 firearms and over 10,000 rounds of ammunition. 10,000 rounds, almost one per serving member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. So in practical terms, they may have saved a police force, and the entire organization, I think the country and people of Jamaica owe them a debt of gratitude. I'm pleased to say that I was able to promote 3 of the members. One has been promoted sergeant, 2 promoted corporals. The other is a member of the rural police force. There are no ranks in that force, and so we have found other appropriate means of recognition for that individual.
So far, the police have collected 15 statements relating to the investigation. 11 persons were arrested, 7 of whom were released after questioning. 1 police sergeant, 2 civilians from the police headquarters stores, and a businessman from Mountain View remain in custody. The firearms seized include M16 rifles, Uzi submachine guns, revolvers, shotguns, and 9mm pistols.
Another gun, ammunition, and magazines, as well as other materials of evidential value, were seized in several coordinated operations which took place across the corporate area yesterday morning, instigated by intelligence picked up at the crime scene.
Persons with further information regarding the case are asked to come forward. Head of the Anti-Corruption Branch, Assistant Commissioner Justin Felice, is assuring the public that the police are committed to ridding the force of corrupt officers. About 900 former banana farmers now have access to funds to start up other income-generating ventures. The money is coming through 4 grant projects totaling $169 million. The grants are being provided by the European Union through its Rural Diversification Program. The money will go to the Cocoa Industry Board, Forest Conservancy, the Competitiveness Company, and Christian Aid, all located in traditional banana-growing parishes of St. Mary, St. Catherine, Portland, and St. Thomas. The farmers will get funds to plant crops other than banana. Those who are already into their crops will get a chance to increase productivity, improve their facilities, get training, and find new markets for their crops. Agriculture Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton says the government fully supports other crops, but farmers shouldn't think the government has given up on banana production.
What it says is that we have to reconfigure the sector and determine how best to position the sector so that it can continuously be economically viable despite the changes that are taking place in the global market, and in particular the relationship between ourselves and Europe.
In addition to the 4 grant contracts, the government has reopened a high-tech greenhouse and a rehabilitated and equipped artificial insemination lab. They are housed at the Bodles Research Station. Prime Minister Bruce Golding has indicated to Chinese investors that Jamaica is ready and willing to receive their investments to expand the production of Blue Mountain coffee. The Prime Minister is leading a delegation on an official visit to the People's Republic of China. He told reporters there that the government is trying to encourage Chinese investment in additional acreages of Blue Mountain coffee. The Prime Minister says the country can produce 4 times the volume of coffee it now produces, but it requires capital, technology, and increased investment. The Ministry of Labour and Social Security is warning the public to beware of unscrupulous persons pretending to collect payment for the government's overseas work programs. The ministry says it has received reports of unsuspecting job seekers being asked to make payments in exchange for work in Canada and the United States. The public is reminded that there are no payments to attain employment opportunities on the government's work programs, and that successful candidates are recruited directly by the ministry. Anyone approached to make such payments should refuse to pay and report the matter to the ministry at 922-9500 or the nearest police station. A contract has been issued to Kier Construction Limited to fix the Dry River Bridge in Harbourview in St. Andrew. The bridge was destroyed by the Hope River during Tropical Storm Gustavo.